So let's talk about these preseason games. Today I want to really talk about the game versus the Suns versus the Trailblazers. I believe this game is very entertaining. I like how the Suns are running their starting five, even if it's not for many minutes. They are actually making the effort of putting them out there, even if they're not obviously going to show you everything that they got, and it's worked. This team has been a team which has found themselves really good. Honestly, like whenever that big three is out there, of Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, they look extremely good with very little flaws, which I've found to be very refreshing for this team, as they're a team which has gone through some struggles with making it work. As the one year that Kevin Durant came around, Chris Paul wasn't the same player, and Devin Booker consistently getting better but not being able to really make it work with the team, has made it so that now we could see that these guys work well together. It's obvious that they're not a perfect fit, and I'm sorry, but that's true. But the way that they've made it work is just get the best pass available and be extremely effective when you are going to try to score. These three guys are guys who are such explosive scorers, and I am talking about Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant. This trio is amazing, right? Like, they've really made it work by establishing a dominance and a power structure that is very simple. Kevin Durant and Devin Booker are a two-headed snake, and Bradley Beal is there to be that extra punch from, when they need it. They're not trying to be three people who play equally as well all the time, and they know that even if a player plays bad, they could still contribute in some way. And the biggest thing for them has been having this power structure. We can see and it's obvious that Devin Booker and Kevin Durant are the guys getting prioritized, but they're also the ones entrusted in moving the ball around for the entire team. As we see these guys, they're obviously not playing the entire games. They're playing, like, Kevin Durant played 15 minutes and Devin Booker played 18. Bradley Beal played 18 too. So these are three guys who are playing the games, but they're showing people just micro doses of what they're going to be like. It's obvious that when you have these three types of players, three pure scorers and three guys who can actually go get their own bucket, people need to step down or people need to come up. So when we look at this team play, what we realize is that they want to share the ball. They're looking to move the ball around. And this can be seen in a variety of ways. Bradley Beal in this game had 11 points, 2 steals, 2 assists. And even though he shot pretty badly from the field, he shot 2 of 7 and he missed the 1 3-pointer that he got, he still managed to get to the free throw line and shoot 9 free throws and make 7 of them, scoring 11 points and being a +9 on the field. We could see that Kevin Durant, he scored 19 points in 15 minutes with 4 assists and 3 rebounds, one of them being offensive. He had a hell of a game, shooting 6 of 10 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3, and 6 out of 7 free throws. And finally, we have Devin Booker, which in 18 minutes scored 19 points, 6 for 11 from the field, 4 of 6 from 3, and 3 of 3 from the free throw line. Well, we can see, with 4 assists and 2 rebounds, one of them being offensive. What we can see from this team, Devin Booker had 3 turnovers, by the way, but this team and this trio of Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, and Devin Booker is extremely good because it's obvious that Frank Vogel has gave them the recipe to figure it out, right? These are 3 guys who are all scorers, and they all pass, but they are all scorers at heart who want to get a bucket for their team. So what he did was he basically told them, like, yo, guys, make the smart pass. You, Kevin Durant especially, bring a lot of attention from defense. And there's a way that we can utilize your gravity as an individual player and the gravity of Devin Booker and Bradley Beal to make the team play a little bit easier, a little bit more slowed down, and a little bit more cohesively. In this game, we didn't see Yusuf Nurkic, but the times that we did see him, he looked phenomenal. We saw Drew Eubanks as a starting center, where he was pretty good. He was more delegated to get rebounds, pass it out, and play defense, where he played his role pretty well. And we also saw Grayson Allen in the lineup, shooting 5 from 9 from the field and 2 of 6 from 3, with 2 assists and a plus 18 plus minus, which was the highest on the team except Josh Okogie. So what we could see from the Suns is that it looks like Frank Vogel figured it out. He's not trying to run this system that, Monty Williams was running, which was just like, let's give all the shots to the superstars. It's obvious, and let's just have them feed off each other perfectly. What they are trying to do now is try to get your mans involved. And we could see this by the fact that in the start of the game, the Suns were torching the Blazers. In the first quarter, they beat them by 13, in the second one by 9. And then finally, when they took off the stars, is when the Trailblazers could actually do something. For the Blazers, I do want to talk about them, by the way. They played really well. They ended up only losing by 11 points, which is good for how bad they're supposed to be. And one thing that I really like is how they ran their lineup. It's obvious that they're not going to run DeAndre Ayton yet. They want to prone him to get that done. But when we look at this team, we looked at Shaedon Sharpe and Scoot Henderson. We saw that backcourt could be amazing. What I feel like Scoot needs is really to develop his confidence, as he's been a player who's been extremely, good when it comes to just putting in the effort. He got 5 assists this game, and it's obvious that you could tell that he was shaky. But when he was good was when he was utilizing his body, his speed, and the way that he played the game to make effective shots. What we saw from the Blazers was just that everybody was stepping up. They're not afraid to play their guys. And when we see a guy that they drafted like Chris Murray, which is Keegan's brother, we can see that even he scored 12 points, even though he missed every shot from 3. And Sam Mays, who had 18 points. In my opinion, when we look at the Blazers, the real star was Shaedon Sharpe, who scored 19 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds with 1 steal and 2 turnovers. He played phenomenally, shooting 50% from the field. And if you really looked at the game, it looked like every shot that he took, or at least every single time that he would go to that rim, something beautiful would happen. And what I do believe is a testament to the Blazers is just how carefree they can be. The Blazers don't need to worry about having the next superstar or having a great roster, because they have so many young guys or potential led guys that they can just take a back seat and be like, okay, even if, I cannot be the best player right now, I have time to develop, because even our best player, Dame, just got traded. Shaedon Sharpe, in my opinion, is going to be like the main scorer and the real superstar of this team this year, as we can see him really have already that NBA confidence and already have, broken loose with his new starting role, as he was a 6-man last year. And we could see that Scoot Henderson, it's going to take him a while, but when it does click, he's probably going to be amazing with the way that he plays tenacious defense and the way that you could see that he was kind of nervous still, even when playing in this game, because he passed it a lot. What I do really want to talk about for this game is that I like the matchup. It's obviously a very interesting game versus the Suns and Blazers, because they're both teams which helped each other get to where they wanted to go. The Blazers helped the Suns get better, but with the 3-team deal, and the Suns helped the Blazers rebuild by making that deal happen. And now we could see both of them, showing off basically what they've done in this game. with the exception of obviously having Yusuf Nurkic in the Suns lineup. That's it. I just want to know what you guys think about these two teams, their rosters, and how they're looking right now. See you in the next video.